What's up, guys? Farm Wrestler here, and today we've got what I think will be a dandy for you, as long as I don't disappoint and I, can represent Team USA well, because I am about to embark on a journey to Mexico City for the North American Arm Wrestling Championships, which encompasses Canada, the United States, Central America, and I believe there's some Caribbean involvement in that. So if you want to come along for the ride, let's do this. But first we got to go get to Mexico City. Let's go. We made it into the compound. I wasn't sure we were going to for a minute, and I wasn't on the list, of course. So we made it. We're going. So the venue that we were in was some kind of high-level sports school in Mexico, and we were in kind of a field house, more or less open air. They had, fans up top in the ceiling blowing air through, but it was supposed to start at 11 o'clock, and they're still putting the stage together. But some people said, it's like, well, we're on Mexico time, so you just kind of roll with it there. We weren't competing the first day. We were just reffing, and I did get my NAAF Advanced Junior Reffing Certificate while we were there, so I was able to ref the first night with the juniors and youth and masters and the Paralympics. But the venue was cool. It was fitting for what we were doing. I wouldn't have changed it for someplace nicer or whatever. It was Mexico. So the Paralympic, there was like I can't remember the classification for all of them, but there was one for people that were able to stand, and then like the seated one. And man, those guys were like super inspirational and super nice. There was a younger kid there from Costa Rica. His name was Christopher, and he was just the nicest guy. And he actually won enough in the senior in the open division to medal, and that was awesome to see him winning matches and in the open division. Even guys were super strong. That was kind of the highlight of the arm wrestling for me, actually. They're just so inspirational. So before we get into the actual matches, I just got to take a minute and let you guys know how lucky I've been as an arm wrestler to start with an arm wrestling team that's super supportive, with guys that really know what they're doing. I started day one with Team Hellfire, my arm wrestling career in 2019, and to start with guys that are world class and arm wrestled for 20 years already, guys like Geoff Hale, there's not a better place to learn to arm wrestle with those guys, and I could not have come as far as I have without them. So I just want to thank those guys for what they've done for me, helping me train, get strong. I'm still by no means the strongest guy on our team, not even close, but I'll get there someday. So we'll get things started with the left hand here. Yes, most guys do both arms. My left has been kind of injured the last year and a half, 2 years on and off. I don't train it like I would like to, but it felt good and strong in Mexico City. It's just not going to be what my right arm is. But let's watch the video here and get an idea what's going on here. So this first guy from Mexico, he's built like a freaking house, big thick hand, kind of a short thumb, so you see me here having trouble gripping up with him. I have to keep coming down, and I actually get a warning here, and we restart. Now it's nice that I've got Geoff in my corner here, and he's telling me, hook, the leg up on the side of the table is the indicator there, and you can see it's not going to matter, and he's got this big, crazy side pressure hit that I wasn't ready for. I was attacking fingers, and man, good for him. He was strong. This guy, another guy from Baja, Mexico, I believe, super strong. I think he's the younger brother of the first guy I faced, but he's got that similar style. Went for the flopper's press and missed it, but we slipped, and now we're in the strap. So my strap game has been decent, and I'm able to beat him here. So now I've got another guy here, and I believe he's going to kind of wrap his leg around the table. Geoff's calling, hook, or, press several times in the video, because that's the indication of what's happening here. And I believe he does go for, he elbow fouls. We both top roll, and he elbow fouls. And so he's got one foul now. We'll restart. But he goes for this, flop wrist press type thing, and I just kind of bail out on it. So we're going to the straps now. And like I said before, my strap game is pretty good. I'm not afraid to be in the straps by any means, with most people. So we're in the strap now. He's got one foul and able to take his wrist. He went for that press again, and I was just able to pull through, which is why he's got some discomfort there. When you commit to that press and someone pulls through it doesn't typically feel good. But, this guy here, his name's Norlin Alvarez. He's the Costa Rican champion, and kind of the guy I was most worried about. You hear Geoff telling me to hold on because I've got hand and wrist control, and so I've got the advantage in everything. He's trying to slip, go to the strap, so I pinned him anyway. That brings us to the semifinal, where I'm matched up again with the guy I lost to in the very first round, and I'm able to set up a little bit differently with a little more of a side pressure block, so I can stop that hit, but his left is just too strong for me. So good for him. He earned that one. I finished third, left hand, which is fine. Right hand is what I'm more concerned about. So congratulations to the guys that beat me, and the Canadian who took first place. I can't remember his name. He's originally from Ukraine, but he was really strong, and I didn't get to pull him, but he was very dominant. So now we'll move on to what I know you guys really want to see, and that's Geoff in action, the Haleraiser. So let's do this. You don't want Geoff typically in the first round. You'll see here he's completely comfortable, doesn't feel anything dangerous in the setup, and it's over in the blink of an eye. Now, this next guy, I'll have to look up his name. He's a Canadian via Ukraine also, and he actually had pulled Geoff in like the 2013 World Championships. He remembered him from back then, and super strong. You'll see here Geoff's going to false start to kind of test his hand out and decide, oh, that dude's hand is really strong. And so now we'll see that leg come up, and Geoff is gonna try to go inside with him. But this dude is like seriously strong, one of the strongest dudes in the world, just like Geoff. And you'll see here that Geoff's just not quite able to sink that hook, and unfortunately loses that match. So now he's in the B side of the bracket, another Canadian, a young up-and-comer. I think he was only 22 or 23 years old. He was a great kid, and Geoff's fired up and told me he didn't feel uncomfortable in the setup or anything, but you can't play with any of these guys because they're all so strong. So you'll see Geoff this time hit for hand control and then go for the pin. So that got him to the finals. Actually, his division only had 6 or 7 guys in it, so we'll break that down now. Well, we had a couple hours before Geoff's final, and we talked about it a little bit and decided that probably the best option for him was going to be to get into a referee's grip. So, we're trying to negotiate a grip here, and of course hoping to not be able to, unless of course you get an advantage or some kind, but it's going to a referee's grip. And then we decided that from that referee's grip, he didn't think he could hook him without a strap, and so it's just kind of this process that you go through to try to get what you think you need to win. And so you can see the referee's getting them set up, but Geoff really has no intention of trying to hook again here without the strap. So the slip, they go to the strap, and very quickly here Geoff ends up with an elbow foul, and just kind of got blown off the side. And we reset through the whole referee's grip in the strap again, and unfortunately Geoff, as you saw here, elbow fouled off the front like on the go, and so he did in fact end up second place here. And he wasn't really frustrated or anything. He was more just disappointed and kind of excited that he felt like he knew what he was going to have to do right hand to beat him. So now, of course, we'll move on to the right arm, and the first opponent I've got here, really big, thick hand, made me feel very uncomfortable in the setup, but as the wrist gets straightened out, he's starting with a very bent wrist. As it straightens out, I feel better and better, and I know that my hand is probably going to be dominant here, and my arm and everything. So I'm able to pick up a pretty easy win here on my first match, which is way better than left hand. I'd like to stay in the A bracket as long as possible. So now I've got a Baja Mexico guy that I haven't pulled yet, and all these guys had big hands. I'm able to take him as he elbow fouls in the losing position for a win. El Tren again, the train, another big strong hand. You can see the finger battle here, but I'm not going to let him go, and once again he elbow fouls in a losing position trying to get to that strap, and I'm able to come away with the victory. Now at this point, neither myself or
Norlin Alvarez here from Costa Rica have lost. This is for the A side control of the bracket, and I was kind of hoping that I would just dominate him right-handed, because I beat him pretty handily left-handed, and I know my right is substantially better than my left, but turns out his right is also substantially better than his left, and you can see here that he's able to just clamp onto my thumb, pronate, and pin me pretty easily. Now, we'll see if we make it back to him in the final or not. I've got this big jacked boy that beat me twice, lefty, and I mean, look at the cannons on that guy. He was the most jacked guy in the house, and honestly, I don't have a whole lot of confidence, even though I know my right arm is way stronger. But I had less problems dealing with him in the setup. We were able to set up a little easier right-handed, and I'm able to set up with more side pressure and hit harder and go. My right's just better. So now I'm back to the big Costa Rican, and our first match I didn't feel anything that made me feel uncomfortable. I just felt like I was probably still stronger than him and I could beat him, and I didn't really change anything. Geoff thought that maybe I should try to get to the strap, but the way he is able to clamp on that thumb, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to slip. But so I kind of went in there thinking I'm just stronger than him, I'm going to dominate him. But as you can see, it was basically nearly the identical result, and now he's pulling with confidence. He's already beat me once, and bam, just like that, he's the North American arm wrestling champion. So I can't complain. I mean, look how jacked that guy from Mexico is. Like, his arms are ginormous. But I cannot complain. My first big international competition, to come up with a silver, a second place, that's all I could hope for. Next year, though, I'm coming for you.